You know, I don't know what to say about this right now, man, but get this. Imagine raising your own kid only to snitch on them, and or imagine being raised by a father only for them to rat on you when they're being interrogated by the cops. Yes, that's right, because, you know, there was footage that was released of Jacksonville rapper Ksoo, who's accused of 2 murders, I believe. Yes, there was footage just released, like, I think today, where Ksoo's dad basically admitted to the police, to authorities, that yes, Ksoo did commit one of the murders he's accused of already by the prosecution. Plus, if you combine him releasing songs, or a song, I think it was like, I don't know how many songs he released, but he released a song where basically he bragged about committing murder and all that stuff. And if you combine that, then I guess it's safe to say here that Ksoo, he's screwed. He's freaking screwed, man. And, you know, this is a really crazy case here, because I've never heard of this before until now. But yes, I guess in 2023, you know, a rapper's own father basically ratted out on him. That's right. And I don't know whether to say that this is really failed parenting or just really bad parenting, but in my honest opinion, based off of what I've read and or seen in the interrogation footage, I think this is a great example of really just bad parenting. And I don't understand how the heck this came down like that, but it did happen. So honestly, man, I think right now that Ksoo, he's screwed, man, and he's most likely going to get life in prison without parole at this point, especially, or the death penalty. I don't know which he's going to get, but he's definitely going to get one of those, because there's really no getting out of this for Ksoo now. I mean, literally, I don't know whether to laugh or cry about this, but it's like, really, to first of all, raise your own kid only to rat out on them later. Yeah, this is clear bad parenting. I don't know what else to say. This is extreme bad parenting. And right now for Ksoo, man, the only thing I imagine right now is that, he's going to get life. He's going to get life, most likely. I mean, the music videos and plus his own dad testifying against him makes you realize his dad is willing to use his son as a sacrifice so that he can be a free man again. This is absolutely nuts. But I guess right now, it just goes to show you here that, you know, this is a great example of why that street and or that gang life doesn't get you anywhere. I mean, come on now. It's like, if a rapper's own father is going to rat out on his own son, this is a great example of how, you know, trying to, you know, live that street and or that gang life is just a really bad and a destructive idea that the only thing it leads to is just either, you know, you're dead or you're in prison. Those are the only 2 outcomes of living that lifestyle. And I guess Ksoo's father just really wants to, you know, be able to see, I guess, have the freedom again to be a free man, that he's literally willing to sacrifice his own son, you know, just basically give up his own son, rat out on him, and basically leave him to be in the slammer for the rest of his life. This is ridiculous, and just, I don't know what else to say about this, man. This is just absolutely nuts. And now let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion. Let's talk about Tory Lanez. Yes, Tory Lanez, not Tory Lanez. How, like I said in one of my previous videos, Tory Lanez, his own dad, basically released an apology to Megan Thee Stallion and all that stuff. And listen, man, you know, with the apology, he released a video where he forgives, not apology. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm all over the place right now. I meant to say is that his own dad released a video basically where he forgives Megan Thee Stallion and all that stuff. But I mean, listen, man, you know, despite him releasing that, I don't know if Megan is ever going to forgive Tory for what happened. Like, especially considering the fact that Tory is now going to be basically in the slammer for the next, I don't know, minimum 10, 20 years right now, because he was found guilty of shooting Megan in the foot. And the real question I'm wondering right now is, why are people still criticizing Megan Thee Stallion? Because here's the thing, man, you know, with Megan Thee Stallion, I'm a fan of Megan Thee Stallion, and when I found out what happened, I of course was really shocked and devastated, because obviously, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm just glad that she managed to come alive out of this, because I mean, this could have gone bad another way, and I'm just glad it didn't go worse, because obviously, first of all, you know, last time I talked about this topic, I talked about why bringing a gun to or bringing a firearm to a dispute is the stupidest and the dumbest idea ever, you know. And with Megan right now, listen, man, I really think that people need to finally start being a bit more, I guess you could say, stop criticizing Megan. Because here's the thing, you know, I realize that it's very easy for people to criticize Megan when they weren't there at the time when she was, you know, allegedly, where she was shot in the foot basically by Tory Lanez. Because listen, man, right now Tory Lanez, I don't know how he's going to come back from this, but he's going to be in jail for the next decade or two. That I really wish people would finally learn to basically, you know, give Megan respect. That's what I'm trying to say here in this video, because I for once am getting so freaking sick and damn tired of hearing people or seeing tweets where people criticize Megan. It's like, you know, the same people that are talking crap about Megan, those are the same people, you know, the same people that are just typing behind a computer screen and criticizing Megan. Those are the same exact people that probably would be begging for a picture or an autograph if they saw Megan in real life. So I mean, really, people that are still criticizing Megan, just give her a freaking break, okay? She's been through enough crap that I think it's freaking stupid at this point and just extremely ignorant that people are still criticizing Megan, okay? Because it's like, first of all, I like to see you be in that situation, okay? For the people that are criticizing her, why don't you put yourself in that situation? Because obviously, with Megan, hey, I'm glad she managed to survive the shooting. I'm glad she's doing well, and I hope she's able to mentally recover from this, because I can't imagine how stressful this must have been for Megan, you know, being shot in the foot and then, you know, requiring surgery and all that stuff to remove the bullet fragments from her foot. That it makes you realize here, Dad, you know, unless you were there at the time, you know, unless you were there at the crime scene, then you criticizing Megan just proves to me how ignorant people are, I feel like, you know, because obviously, you know, hey, with Megan, man, I'm glad she's doing well. I'm glad she managed to come alive out of this. And I think with Tory Lanez's father, you know, basically him saying that he forgives Megan, hey, I have to say is good for him, man. Hey, I guess that's how Tory Lanez's father is going to be able to move on from this and all that. But really, I mean, when it comes to Megan forgiving him, I don't know if Megan's going to be willing to forgive Tory Lanez, because it's like, first of all, he shot her in the foot, okay? He shot her in the freaking foot, and the fact that people still have the nerve to criticize Megan Thee Stallion proves my point why whenever we read about a story about incidents like this, how about we wait for the whole story to come out from a reliable news source, okay? A reliable hip-hop news source, instead of just jumping to conclusions. Because really, I mean, the fact that some people I see on social media are still criticizing Megan is just complete and outright ignorance, okay? Seriously, it's like, for the people that are still criticizing her, give her a break, knock it off, okay? She's been through a freaking lot. So, really, I mean, yeah, but I mean, that forgiveness video he released, I think it was pretty well made, you know. I watched it, you know, I watched it on DJ Academic's stream, and I must say, you know, I think that he said a lot of good points in that video, Tory Lanez Dad. But at the same time, you know, if I'm Tory Lanez, you know, if I'm the dad, the only thing I can really do right now is hope that Megan maybe somehow, someday, or maybe a few years from now on, will forgive me, because I highly doubt Megan is going to be willing to forgive Tory Lanez and his family anytime soon, especially considering the amount of stress she must have been under in that incident. Like, I highly doubt she's going to be willing to forgive him anytime soon within the next 1 or 2 years. But hey, this is just my take on it. Let me know what y'all think about it, man. See ya.